am going to say something that might make you angry. Watching English videos every day is not improving your English. Not really. And if you have been doing it for months and still feel stuck, now you know why. I know. You came to this channel to learn English, and now I am telling you to stop watching. That sounds crazy. Maybe you want to close this video right now, but stay with me for 3 minutes, because what I am about to tell you changed everything for me, and I think it will change something for you too. 3 years ago, I met a woman named Grace. Grace was not young. She was 52 years old. She had grey hair and small glasses, and she laughed very loudly at her own jokes. Grace had never studied English in a classroom, not once. No teacher, no app, no YouTube channel. But Grace spoke English beautifully. Not perfect English. She made mistakes. She used simple words. But when Grace spoke, you wanted to listen. Her English felt alive. It felt warm. It felt like her. I asked her, "Grace, how did you learn English?" She looked at me like the answer was obvious. She said, "I had an American neighbor for 6 years. Every Saturday morning we drank coffee together. That is all. That is all. No class, no app, no videos. Just coffee every Saturday for 6 years." I thought about Grace for a long time after that conversation, and slowly I started to understand something that nobody had ever told me clearly before. English is not information. English is a relationship. Think about that for a moment. When you watch a video, you are receiving information. Someone talks, you listen. The video ends, you close your phone. The relationship is over. But when Grace sat with her neighbor every Saturday morning, something different was happening. She was not receiving information. She was inside a living, breathing conversation. She had to respond. She had to think fast. She had to find words she did not know she had. She had to sit with confusion and push through it in real time. She could not pause. She could not rewind. And that discomfort, that real, uncomfortable, messy, unpredictable conversation was exactly what trained her brain. Here's the thing about videos. Videos are comfortable. Too comfortable. You control everything. You choose the speed, you choose the topic, you pause when it gets hard, you rewind when you miss something, you watch with subtitles when you're tired. Your brain loves comfort, but your brain does not grow in comfort. Your brain grows when it has to work, when it has to reach, when it has to figure something out in real time with no pause button. This is why you can watch English videos for 1 year and still freeze when a real person talks to you, because a real person does not have a pause button. So what should you do instead? I am not telling you to stop learning. I am telling you to change the ratio. Right now, most learners spend 90% of their time receiving English, watching, listening, reading, and maybe 10% producing English, speaking, writing, using. Flip it. Not completely, but move closer to 50-50. 50% of your English time should be you producing language, not receiving it, producing it. And before you say, "But Emma, I have no one to speak English with," I want to tell you about something I call the invisible conversation. The invisible conversation is simple. You speak English to someone who is not there. I know, it sounds strange, but listen. Every morning, I pick a person in my life, my sister, my friend, my old teacher, someone I know well, and I talk to them in English, out loud, in my room, alone. I tell them about my day. I explain something I learned. I ask them a question and then I answer it myself. I argue with them about something small. I laugh at something funny that happened yesterday. They cannot hear me, but my brain doesn't know that. My brain thinks I'm in a real conversation. It has to find words fast. It has to build sentences in real time. It has to keep going even when I make a mistake, because in a real conversation, you can't stop and start over. You just keep going. This is the closest thing to real conversation practice you can do alone, and you can do it anywhere, in your room, in the shower, on your walk to work, in the elevator, anywhere you have 2 minutes alone. I started doing this 3 years ago. The first week was terrible. I kept stopping. I kept losing my words. I kept switching back to my own language in my head. I felt stupid talking to nobody, but I kept going. After 2 weeks, something small changed. The gaps between my words got shorter. After a month, I noticed I was thinking in English without trying to. After 3 months, a foreign colleague stopped me in the hallway and said, "Emma, your English sounds so natural now. What happened?" Nothing happened. I just started having invisible conversations every day. Now I want to give you one more thing, something even smaller, something you can start in the next 10 minutes. Take out your phone, open the voice recorder, press record, and talk about your morning in English, what time you woke up, what you ate, how you felt, what you're thinking about today. 60 seconds. That's all I'm asking. Then play it back. Listen to yourself. You'll probably cringe. That's normal. Everyone cringes the first time they hear their own voice in a foreign language. But listen past the cringe. Listen for one thing you said well, one sentence that came out right, one word you used correctly. Find that one thing and feel good about it. Then tomorrow, do 60 seconds again, and the day after, and the day after that. After 30 days, go back and listen to your very first recording. I promise you, you won't believe it's the same person. I want to finish with Grace. Grace did not have a method. She did not have a system. She did not have a YouTube channel or an app or a teacher. She had a neighbor, and she had coffee every Saturday morning for 6 years. What Grace had, without knowing it, was real, consistent human practice, week after week, year after year. Her brain had no choice but to learn. You might not have a Grace-style neighbor, but you have something Grace did not have. You have the ability to create that conversation yourself, every single day, in your room, with your phone, with your voice. The pause button is comfortable, but the pause button is also the reason you are still stuck. Put the phone down, open your mouth, start talking. Your English brain does not need more input, it needs more of you. My name is Emma. I'll see you in the next episode.